Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to 3 on the Third, hosted by Wonder and Dreamer 555 here on YouTube. Everyone that's participating will be in the description box below. Please click on and see what they have made for this collaboration. I do apologize kinda for the desk. It is a mess, but sometimes chaos creates beauty, I think. So I'm going to share with you what I have done. First, you can see some die cuts right here. We have some Michael's ephemera that I used. And now keep in mind, 3 on the Third is just 3 Christmas cards or holiday cards that you make. So I die cut a few things because I wanted to make sure that I was good to go with the die cuts. Unfortunately, these little pieces from Michael's only holds 2, so it's 24 in each one. Luckily, I tend to buy more than one, but it's only 2 in there, and you can see on the back those. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do Season's Greeting as the card front and sentiment, and I changed my mind. I also use this paper. If you remember, they had this at Target Dollar Spot or Bullseye's Playground, and it looks like this. On the inside, I did use the snowflake paper. I pulled out 3 of those, and this is the first card that we have. There's no sentiment on the inside. I think I may actually put, I don't know. I was thinking something on the side, but I think we may leave it like this. And I did ink up, well, not ink, I put some of this stuff, Sparks acrylic, alchemy, acrylic paint on there. Words have eluded me all day today, and it's blank on the inside. And so what I did is I just, well, you'll see what I did, but I put a lot of little gold foiling on there, and with my finger, which it says use a paintbrush and let air dry. I did let it air dry, but it's still on my finger. And then this is our second one, and it's blank on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. I did use craft because I'm in a craft mood right now, so that's what we did. So we got this going, and I thought we'd just do this really quickly together. I'm going to be using some glue. Try to get it close to the edges if you're going to do this, but also don't oversaturate the edges because the glue will leak out. But if you like leaky glue on your projects, go ahead. It does happen no matter how hard you try not to do it. It happens to me often. And I did cut this down. I want to say it's 5 1/4 by 4 1/8, I believe. These card bases are prefabricated. They are Darice card bases that I picked up from some store that sells Darice cards prefabricated, and they are A2 size. I did cut them down a little bit because when I went to fold them over, one side was hanging out, and I was like, oh no, let's just chop it. And so I chopped it. So we did. So as I was saying, I was going to put this on here like that, and I may use this next month because it's not that many cards. But I was like, no, I've die cut all these daggone points instead of flowers. We're going to use them. And then I just was like, I want to use some gold foiling just to give it a little bit of a different look. Also, I was like, maybe I can use some green or white, etc., etc. And I just changed my mind and just kept with the red. I thought that was very traditional looking. And so now I'm just taking my creasing tool and coiling it like that. And I only used 3 because I didn't want it to be too dimensional. I wanted it to kind of be flat, just with a little bit of color in it. And I didn't do the whole thing because we're going to cover it up just like that. And this one has more. Uh-oh. I was going to say that one has more delineated lines in it. I'll pick that up in a few seconds or after the video. So we got those. And now we need our little cardinal. I like these. I should have used my Stampin' die, but this was already done. Now with this, I don't know why you would want to, I think the placement of this is a little bit on the weird side, honestly. So be careful when you're folding your sticker over. because it does bend, and that's the only part I don't like about it, because it's going to get that fold in it like I just folded over. So if you don't want to fold it, you can definitely glue it down. And as you can see, the bird already has some holly leaves on it, so I thought that would be really cool just to put this here. And if you're digging around and looking, you'll see that it kind of adds to it. So that's what we're doing, just giving it more depth and dimension. I am going to rub this down so it sticks and adheres nicely. Make sure we didn't put it on the wrong side, because that does happen. And we're just going to use some glue. Of course, if you do this, you can make your flower larger or smaller, totally up to you. But if I'm going to keep it from being two-dimensional, I want to keep it, you know, too fluffy. I want to keep the card, the flowers limited, the petals limited, I should say. So got this. There we go. And now what I did is I just turned this over and I put some glue on here like that. And I looked at it and I want it to be here. So I just glue it right there. I don't glue it right in the back of it. I put it on the petal because you want some of that petal to show. And these petals are in two different sizes. So this is the larger one, and are the hollies, and this is the smaller one. So with the smaller one, I do the exact same thing. I just pull it a little bit further out. So let's say we put it right here. So you can see we put it further out versus in. So we got that. And now we have our sprig. And what I do for the sprig is I just cover it all the way up on this like that. And that looks good to me. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nature is perfect, but we are not. So keep that in mind when you're making your creations and you want it to be amazing. Sometimes the striving for perfection can cause us to go a bit insane, right? So here we go. And now our one little piece. It's really cool that they have that little hole in the center, because you can actually center your petals versus not centering them. Okay, so this is our finished card, and we can let this dry, and once it dry, the glue will be clear. And I like it. It just gives it a little bit of a pop in their area, and you can put right whatever you want on the inside of the card. If you want to put something right here, you can. I did want to use this Merry Christmas sticker from Hobby Lobby right here, Merry Christmas, but I only had two, so I have to find another sentiment to go on the side, and I didn't give it a good go to look at it, but it would be something, maybe black would work, but these, oh, excuse the glare, these are the cards, darling. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed that quick little process, and until next time, happy crafting.